Hello, everybody. I'm Zach, but you can call me Prophecy. I am 35 years old. I love video games. I love reading. I love nature and camping. I have a cat, and he's like the best cat in the world. I'll have to pull up a picture of him at some point. And I have a traumatic brain injury. On February 29th, 2024, I was at work. I really don't want to get into too much details right now, and we can save that for the future when I'm ready to um, publicly talk about my injury. I ended up going to the ER after, and while at the ER, I was seeing a doctor. He looked at me, checked my ears to see if there was any bleeding in the ears, and he didn't suspect any brain bleed. So he just looked at me without even scanning my head. There was no need for a CT or an MRI, he said, because he didn't suspect any damage, really. And he said, "You have a concussion. I'm just going to give you a note and just follow up with your primary care doctor." I end up following up with my primary care, and the headaches just don't stop. I'm waking up every morning with a headache. I'm waking up super sensitive to light, sound sensitivity. I was nauseous. I didn't really have an appetite. These were all symptoms I was familiar with because I had a major concussion less than a year before my injury. I was like, okay, whatever. I got a few weeks off of work. This is what I'm gonna just heal and go. Well, those few weeks passed by, and I still wasn't feeling good. I was still having the migraines every day, nausea almost every day, super sensitive to light. My sound sensitivity was getting worse. Okay, I'm not getting better. And I went to my primary care, and they said, "We need to get you a neurologist." So we ended up getting a neurologist, and I've been seeing her for about 2 years now. We're just focusing on trying to stop the migraines. I've been on many medications. Botox. I'm actually currently back on Botox. It's awful. I I don't know how people will just go and get that just because they want to look better. I get 31 needle pokes in my head. It is excruciating. I'm hoping it works this time, but we'll see. Some of my other symptoms, I have like slower processing as well. Um, it takes longer for me to process something that's happening. Be it a red light, green light swap at a traffic light, something happening in a video game, just anything really. I kind of hate it. Some of my other symptoms are I have terrible short term memory. Read a page in a book and I feel like I can comprehend what I'm reading, but I can't get the information that's in my head out, if that makes sense. Um, I like to describe it as everyone has like file cabinets in their head, kind of like the SpongeBob episode. When I get really bad, I can't get into these filing cabinets. Someone that has really good memory can find the exact document that they need and they can pull that information out and then say it. For me, it's I know I have something in my head and I know I can get that information out. But when I'm going back there to get the information out, it's like a tornado went through where all my filing cabinets are and papers are flying all over. So I need to pinpoint exactly where the paper is, and I grab the wrong paper. Instead of saying something that I need to say, I'm saying a different fact or something that's incorrect about that situation. Sometimes I do grab the right paper, but I don't grab the rest of the documents that go with that paper. I get the answer right, but I don't know how I got that answer right, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's also equally frustrating. Another symptom that I end up having is aphasia. And if you don't know what aphasia is, it's trouble getting out words, like losing the word. It's so hard to explain. I really struggled with aphasia early on in my injury. And when I have migraines, that's when I really end up struggling getting a word out because I can't focus. I don't know if anyone else here who has a brain injury or knows someone who has a brain injury. When someone's like in a lot of pain, have you never noticed that like it's so much harder for you to focus on anything, especially trying to talk or get anything out that you need? When I have a really bad migraine, and I'm not able to focus on my speech as much, I end up struggling to get my words out. That is frustrating, especially when it happens at like a drive-through or a restaurant. I just try to not let it get to me. I went to speech therapy for 10 weeks straight, um, which thank goodness I did. It was great, and I kind of wish I could go back. I've learned skills and techniques from speech therapy to help me get those words out or at least ask for help if I need to. People that talk to me regularly, um, some of them may notice and some of them may not. I have been really good at masking the aphasia. When my migraines get really bad, that's when I really struggle to get my words out because I just can't focus. Um, all I feel is pain, and I just can't get the words out usually. Another symptom that I've been experiencing is fatigue. It starts as soon as I wake up. I don't get a full charge when I take a nap or when I sleep at night. I like to say that I have green days, yellow days, and red days. Green days are like 70 to 100%. Think of it like your phone. When you're around 70 to 100, you're in the green. You're okay. Yellow, you're like 45 to like 60 area. So you're okay for a little bit. Anything under that is a red day. And you're like, I'm not leaving the house. I need to charge. I wake up and I have to ask myself, what kind of day am I having? Am I having a green day, a yellow day, or a red day? On those days when I'm red, I can't even get out of bed most days. It takes me forever to get out of bed. I have to push myself. And even when I do, I have to go right back in bed and I'm just out for the whole day. The littlest things can wipe me out, like taking a shower or making a cup of tea or even brushing my teeth. I have to rest after I do even just the littlest things because my brain is exerting so much energy because I'm trying to recharge my battery. And every single thing I'm doing is taking that charge away, be it watching someone stream or getting up to do some ADLs or eating and making something to eat. It all takes my energy away. On those days, I almost don't do anything. And on the next day, I'm a little bit more recharged at a yellow or even a green. I'm feeling so much better. There are days when I can't even move. And I don't know if anyone here has a brain injury or knows anyone. Just get those days or see someone with those days. Just let them vibe. Let them. They need the energy. And everything we're doing is just draining us at that point. I'm very sensitive to sounds. I can't concentrate when there's loud noises. My migraines get really bad when there's loud noises. I can't go to a restaurant. I can't go anywhere without having a migraine because there's so much noise going on. There's so much bright lights. I guess what I want to do with this channel is I want to bring awareness to people with brain injuries. I don't really see too many videos of someone with a brain injury going throughout their life and showing what their symptoms are or being open about how they're feeling. Everything that you see on YouTube is a doctor just talking about what a brain injury is or something like that. You don't really get anybody with a traumatic brain injury sharing their story too often. At least not in a way where they share everything about their life, where they're waking up every morning and struggling to get up, where they show you how they have to make food, just their life in general. It's always, this is what a brain injury is and everything, which is super great. It's educational. I want to relate to people. And I feel like the best way I could relate to someone is by seeing how they experience things in themselves. Well, I want to try to at least record my life. I don't know if it'll be like a daily video or a weekly or even a monthly, depending on how I feel. You don't know. I might wake up one day and I don't even want to turn the camera on, but I want to share my life. That way, you all can at least see where I'm coming from and maybe understand someone with a brain injury. And a lot of people look at us and think we're perfectly fine or normal, when in reality, we're not perfectly fine. We're suffering from a migraine. We are having trouble getting our words out. We are super sensitive to sound or lights. Every brain injury is different. So every single person that has a brain injury might have different symptoms than me. I have the chronic migraines every day. I'm sensitive to light. I'm sensitive to sounds, smells, tastes. I'm sensitive to everything. It is awful. I could be at a restaurant unable to get my order out of my mouth sometimes. My memory is awful. So people looking in, they don't see that. They just see that I'm an able bodied 35-year-old man. They don't see that I'm struggling and fighting all these other symptoms. I want to bring that to the light. I want to try to make a video of me every day when I wake up. I'll let you guys know what my energy level is, or throughout the day, what I'm doing and how I'm feeling. I want you all to experience what I'm experiencing in a way, not where you guys feel the pain physically, but I want you guys to see what my life is like. I'm hoping that I can do this every day, but every day could turn into once a week, and once a week could turn into once a month. It really depends on how I feel some days. I may wake up with a migraine and not even want to turn on a camera. I want to share my story, and I want to bring awareness to people with brain injuries. And I think that would be the best way to do it. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around and watching this. Hopefully, I'll see you all very soon.